Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday. This is Cherry Divine, and how are you today? Wow, we are in some intense energy. Good morning, Nancy. I'm going to introduce my beautiful friend Nancy, who is helping me with the show. How are you today?
Good morning, Cherry. I'm great. Had to use a new headset, so I have to figure out how to mute it when you're talking.
Well, you could just go, oh, wait, you don't need to do all of that too?
No. Well, today is a fun day. It's 8/8/18. Last week we had our show on 8/1/18. I think that's fun to have our show on these days. So, and I want to welcome in everyone. Let us know if you're here. I forgot to write my little hi, good morning comment. But I do have a question for us to get started. And it's
Okay.
about creating beauty in our lives. And so how do we create more beauty in our life? Do you believe, do I believe, do all of us believe that we deserve to create a gloriously beautiful life, an amazingly abundant life? And what impact does our belief about ourselves have on the outcome, on this beautiful life?
The impact of our belief system is the most powerful there is because we are creating through our thoughts, our beliefs, and along with our inner spirit. And so we're in the physical world, and if we don't believe we deserve or that it's possible, and we go by old experiences that we've learned and that have been handed down through the ages, we keep duplicating that. We keep creating it over and over again and affirming that it isn't possible. So the most powerful tool you have at hand is your consciousness, your conscious belief system. And as you go in and it says, I love it. I was going to say change, and they just said, no, reorganize. Reorganize your thought process, your patterns, and become very aware of them. What is your innermost beliefs? Most of those come from old trainings. They're really nothing that has too much to do with you other than they've been passed on and passed on and passed on. Question what's about. Question, how you view yourself. And then start affirming your positive nature, your perfection, and that you deserve. To create more beauty in your life is to actually believe it's there. And, oh goodness, I'm going to shake my head. They're putting in an energy that's where my head's shaking, my eyes go down, and it's kind of sad. I'm not wanting to throw a blanket statement up that covers everybody, because there are people who have received really positive life affirming families that bring this out. Yet in our culture, those are, fairly small percentage as compared to many who have come in and have the old trainings and traumas and dramas that take away from who they are, that, damage their self-esteem, the idea that it is theirs to have, that they can do it. And so it's a challenge for people to look out and say, what do you mean it's beautiful? What do you mean I can have a gloriously beautiful life? And all they can see is the chaos that's going on and creating dramas in their own life. I use the word dramas because, it's common and it gives an idea of more of a down life than an up life. So to create and bring more joy into your life, start reorganizing your thoughts. Start evaluating your beliefs and really become a conscious creator. To become a conscious creator means you step up and you stay present in this moment. You stay aware of your patterns, what you are doing, what you are saying, and your thoughts. and evaluate those. If they're always in what we call the negative, you're not going to attract in a positive, because that energy is projecting out to the fear-based reality, adding into that, and then drawing it right back to you. So, children of Earth, if you want and choose to create from a new reality, which is truly not new to you at all, is to create thoughts of beauty. It is to no longer judge the innermost parts of you or the outermost parts of you as defective and damaged. It is to see you as a life form in perfection. It is to look outside of you and see all other life forms as perfection. Let the spark of life touch you. Simplicity. Use simplicity. Look out into your daily life and focus on what you call absolutely beautiful. It can be as simple as the petal on a rose. The delicacy of what you look at in a dragonfly's wing. Notice that we are bringing you down into a stronger focus by having the petal and the wing. It is because then as you engage in a more focused thought, one on beauty, you have the ability to attract it to you. It is upsetting to many, for they'll start this idea of focusing on beauty and then disregard it as it comes in. For they are looking at something to be quite magnificent, something that is a showcase, so they can go, aha, aha, it is there, and affirms for them, or so they think, because it is then in this way they believe they can rid themselves of all their worries and fear, instead of noticing the smallest, most subtle change, and appreciating and loving it and saying thank you. For that has been the way of man, is to let it in a small form. So as you allow that smaller energetic shift, that subtle shift to be recognized, appreciated, loved, and open-handedly drawn into you, received, you will find more and more glorious beauty comes to your life. Take a moment to sit inside the self and then smile out at the world. Let your inner beauty be seen. Let it shine. And then recognize as another feels it. It will be quite subtle to begin with for some. It may be much more dramatic for others. Yet it is time to take the blinders away from the eyes and focus on the beauty of the world, the beauty that lives inside the self, and hold that and change your reality. If you have not noticed, you have been being pushed and pushed and pushed in that direction. There are those that go kicking and screaming. We love that term because it does give quite the projected image. And then there are those that walk the path so easily. Let it become more easily for you. And that's what they have to say about that. So, one, know you deserve it. But focus, draw your focus in stronger to something, anything that you view as beautiful. You know, yesterday was my daughter's birthday. And I was doing the last minute, let me go get a card. And yeah, she's used to me by now. I think. Anyway, and I ended up finding the cutest little unicorn card that was just a cutout of a unicorn, and it held a note in its under its chin like this, and it was so cute, so beautiful. And it touched me, but it also touched her. She's looking at the uniqueness in it. Neither of us had ever seen just a cutout unicorn. Usually it's a picture of a unicorn on. And so how beautiful. that little tiny thing added just delight and beauty to our life. Focus on those things. That's what draws in more for your life. So, and so that for me is, and apparently for them, is how you bring more beauty into your life. So ask yourselves, do I believe I deserve it? Oh, the rejection of energy I got right there. Oh my goodness. Do you know how many people's eyes just filled with tears and started pushing it out? If you can't believe or don't believe you deserve it, you don't allow yourself to have it in. So start loving who you are and know you deserve. There we go. I think I'm done.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
All right, so let's start with some questions. We got another one in, Christine. I don't know that we're going to get to it. I'm sorry, because we've got a 4 ahead of you, but we'll see what we can get to. So Elizabeth asked, is Mother Earth already ascending into a higher dimension?
It's interesting asking if she's already. Mother Earth lives in a higher ascended reality. We do believe that there's more ascension happening, and it is. We have this energy that's coming in that is much more intense, which is much more filled with light, and she's assisting us into absorbing it and creating. And so, yes, Mother Earth is, first of all, an ascended energy in itself, but is also always in a movement of ascension. So does that make sense to you there? It's just knowing, okay, let me. Oh, okay. Humans tend to have a belief system that as they see a reality, so it is. And they project that reality out onto. And so this idea of ascension is being projected out onto Earth as if there's the same movement around Earth as there is the human experience. And a lot of the information that I bring in is in conflict with information that's already out there. And that's part of what I'm here to do, is so people will start questioning. So if you look at Earth as a living energy all into itself, that is not as affected by human projections as we tend to believe, or it has been believed, and see it as this beautiful body of light that is in movement and has its own saying soul path as a planetary or a consciousness within itself. It shows it as in Mother Earth as being already this amazingly aware body of consciousness that doesn't hold the same understanding or even belief of that humankind does of the ascension process. But part of the agreement between Earth and the inhabitants of Earth is to help balance the energies that are moving in that are affecting humankind, so that the human body can hold the light energy that is and has been moving on to Earth. They're showing it kind of like we think of a grounding stone. It helps us, not be so scattered and just out there. Well, in some ways, Earth is this huge grounding stone for us, saying I'm going to hold you until you're at a certain state and a certain understanding. So Earth is an amazing consciousness unto itself.
Great. And we have a question later on of more Earth stuff, so that's good. The next is Barbara. when you think you got it all figured out, something comes through and puts a roadblock right in front of you. Why is that? Yeah, I think that's called life, Barbara, but we'll see what Terry has to say.
It is a life experience to a point. And what that means is that actual sentence and thought, Barb, was handed down to you. It's a piece of information that you received in your early childhood, and there was a strong belief within the family, or a family member, or two or three family members, that life was a struggle, that each time something good was to come about, something came and took it away. And so that's that roadblock. Well, as a beautiful little child, and you're now a beautiful adult female, is you not only felt that energy, that energetic belief, you heard it, it was reinforced, and it became part of your belief system. And if you travel back in your life experiences, you will find that from this belief system, a pattern was created. Even in early childhood, where something good was all of a sudden happening, well, then what we would call something bad would come and oh my goodness, it says damage the idea of the goodness and take the fun out of it. Many of us live in that, but it's that idea. I have gone through it myself earlier in life. It was a matter of, oh my gosh, I've got this, yay. Something will come and take it away. Think of that old saying, well, just waiting for the other shoe to drop. So it's like, wow, I got something, but now that shoe's going to drop. See how reinforced that belief system is, even in the smallest ways? And so it's looking at it, and now going back to your conscious awareness and allowing, Barb, you have trouble with your throat chakra, Barb, and so that means speaking your truth or allowing your voice to come up and be heard. And again, that's something that's been compacted and held down. Anyway, so Barb, for you and anybody else who really resonates to this, practice receiving goodness. When it comes in fully, let it be there. Any of those old thoughts that come up, and find yourself, you'll notice you start holding your breath, you start looking around going, something's going to come take it away. Negate those thoughts. See a big red stop sign and say, hold it, it's only a thought, only a belief system. I choose to hold this and really enjoy it. It's mine, I deserve it, and I allow more of this in my life. So, changing belief systems. Becoming very consciously aware. We're always projecting out, energy out in front of us, and then we move to walk up to it. Project out thoughts of goodness and deserving, and allowing yourself to have it. Okay?
Okay. I think that's a very common thing for many, many people.
I relate to it so well, because earlier in my life, before my shift, I had that. And I was brought up by, my mother, who was always in the struggle of getting things, having enough, supporting a family, and my grandmother who I love that woman, but she was probably one of the most negative women I have ever met, and it was all gloom and doom and nothing ever turns out. And so, of course, being around that since birth, it gets instilled in us. So, look at what we're taught. And I created that over and over and over again. Like
a good child.
Yes, I did. Oh, look at this. I have it. Oh, dang, look, it's gone. So.
All right. Next from Denise. I want to try a new job path, but not sure it's a right choice. Any words of wisdom?
Throw the word try out of your vocabulary. First of all, you're not trying, you're doing. This is an opening for you. This is the beginning. it doesn't feel like this is the perfect time for you to actually leave the position that you're in. And it is a matter of now, it's the desire is there, the want is there. Start looking out at what you want to do. Write out. And it does show actual physical writing, not computer, but physical writing. What is it you love to do? What is it you choose to do? Because this is the building stage of this right now. You don't put it into effect. And first of all, I don't predict futures. You have free will. You can change this anytime you want, yet this is the direction of the energy at this moment if you do not assert free will. Is put it out and the change comes next year. It does show you receiving more education on it shows in your field, but it's like an offshoot of your field that allows you to take it further than you had before. Also look into some other companies that are up and coming and moving into the area that you are that have advanced opportunity. It does also show that there is a potential, if you aren't already doing it, the potentials there of creating an actual position in which you are not out in the workforce every day. It feels like you partially are there, but work primarily from home. So let that come if that's what you choose, but have fun with it. Ask what it is you're wanting to do, and then do everything to support yourself. This is the beginning and recreating, and let yourself enjoy it, and quit doubting yourself that you're skilled enough, smart enough, enough, and what happens if you change, how it's going to affect everybody else. No. See, those are the thoughts that actually take away from the desire. When you're creating, look at how it supports you and how it assists and supports those outside of you or around you. So put it into effect now, sweetie, and get her going.
And we got one from Andrea. Hi, does your group have anything to say about the ongoing volcanic eruptions on the Big Island of Hawaii? I realize the whole island was made from volcanic eruptions, so they are natural and normal, but do you get anything about why the current eruptions are happening now and happening where they are, where they have wiped out hundreds of homes? And for your information, in the last couple of days, the lava flows have slowed way down. The scientists are saying that they don't know yet whether the slowdown will last or not. Do you get that the current eruptions are close to an end? Thank you.
Well, first of all, Andrea has participated in the retreats Vicki and I put on over on the Big Island. And the lava flow is in the area of where we stayed, where, and I don't know if the homes we actually would rent are still there or not. It was, in that area. I want to go back to the idea of ascension. And first of all, we have intense energy coming on, and it's affecting the the inner flow of energy within Earth. That's the way they want me to put it. This beautiful, bright consciousness is also assisting in holding the energy of light that comes in. Well, this causes disruptions on the format of it says that, okay, what they're saying here, they're wanting to put it into easier terms. This causes us to see ideas of disruptions within the earth. And there is a cleansing that's going on. If you notice, in one of the things they were telling me this morning is where this question's focused on Hawaii. It's also look at the fires that are burning down in our areas in California, and there was an earthquake in Bali. Was it Bali? Somewhere. Tourists are trapped, and you've got floods going on and other extreme weather patterns. All of this is representing the change that is here on Earth and breaking away the old. And that's what's being shown to us from all of these ideas of disasters and that. They're saying there must be a break so people will start coming up and living primarily from the heart instead of the ego. It is not to disregard the ego, but it is to actually balance it within us and the energy. And so this is also reflective of the disharmony of humans on Earth, and it's an inner clearing pattern. And so as we clear inside more, we're going to find that these start to level off. That's part of this right now. I do get where she was talking about the lava flow. It does feel like it's getting ready to quiet. What I love about it is the Hawaiian belief system around it, because their understanding is Pele is unhappy with the way mankind has been treating Earth. And she's showing her anger, and by this is she's kind of throwing a little fireball out there saying, pay attention, start honoring what's around you, start living in harmony with. So there are a lot of the older belief systems that in the various areas that are being touched that hold that same idea. And so it's all of us start honoring where we live, how we live, and we're going to find the level off happens much sooner. But it does feel like that particular lava flow has slowed. It's getting ready to go to a standstill, and it does feel like it's a lasting period. So let's just see it as that, and see new life forming. And as I'm talking to you, it shows the red lava coming. It shows it slow. It shows it stop. It shows it going from deep red to deep black, and the new sprouts of green life coming in. You know, like the phoenix, going to ashes and rebirthing. And so let's send light and love to this world and everything and everybody on it. So, yeah. And hopefully that addressed that enough.
Excellent. All right, we're at 27 minutes, and we did have a question pop in if you wanted to take it or put it on for next week.
Well, let's take it. It feels like I can address it within the next 3-4 minutes, and yeah.
Okay, so Christine wants to know, what is an indigo child? Can you explain this, please? You've told me in the past I was an indigo child.
You know, I have to understand if I'm actually the one that said that or if you heard it somewhere else, because I don't tend to use those descriptions so much. It isn't that it is not possible. Yet it is, because we talk about indigo children, star children. It's a way for us to identify and understand the different energies. And the description of that one is the sensitive nature that you have, the empathic nature you have. And by sensitive, that means feeling the disharmony, you know, from those around and being affected by it, not infected, affected, and responding to that. It's also part of that unsettled feeling and unanchored feeling you have. When I look at these various labels, that's what they are, is a label of understanding, a way to identify an energy that is vibrating at a different level than some others. So I'm being asked to, have you rip off the label, because it holds you into an idea of having to be a certain way. Instead, just be the beautiful energy you are and allow yourself to enjoy the serenity in that. And that will assist you immensely. we come in. We're all energy of source. We carry different frequencies, and we're in a physical world. So we have words that identify. Yet then mankind, us, or humankind, puts belief systems, attach belief system after belief system after belief system around it, that it actually changes the whole vibration of the identifying word that was sent in, and affects outwardly this the individual. It's what it says, or object, or circumstance, or experience, by the belief systems that are attached. So there we go. Just know you carry an intense energy. Yay! You know, Nancy, I'm going to put it in this frame. I'm just going on a minute. It's like when I connected, and I connected to what's called my ancient self. The only thing that is, because people go, oh my God, ancient, 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 that means I'm damned old. No, anyway, it was a way to identify this energy that's been for forever. But all of us are energy that has been for forever. It's just a way to identify. There we go.
All right, so let's wrap it up. I put on the screen, want to dive deeper, cherrydivine.com/services, and people can sign up to have a one-on-one consultation with you, which can really delve deeper into each person's questions and
Yes.
ways of moving forward. I think that's the brilliant thing of working with you, Cherry, is that individualized help to move forward into the life that people want to create.
Well, and that's it, because with these particular questions that we were taking as for the individuals, I've got limited time, and I can't go as deep into it as I would if we were working one-on-one, because there's so many more layers to this, and also to understanding how to create and what's the roadblocks there that's stopping you, and looking at those belief systems, looking at the old patterns, and looking at the ways they're grabbed to be held on to. So there's so much more that occurs when you actually do a one-on-one. So,
Great.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
So let's wrap her up. And it's been half an hour. Our 20-minute show has turned into a half-hour show. So
I know it's so fun. And thank you everybody for joining me, because again, you make the show. You're asking questions that are pertinent, that not only assist you, they assist other people. So thank you for being there. And Nancy, thank you. And everybody have a splendid week. Draw beauty into your life. Allow yourself to have it, enjoy it, and create from your divine heart. Thank you. Nancy's having trouble turning me off.